Ready. At least, I mean, this looks good. Yeah. Well, gotta get concurrence. You're building this. And make sure. You do. All right, we ready? Yep, bring it. Okay. All right, welcome everybody. I'd like to call the April Plan Commission meeting to order at 6:30. If everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As stated, welcome to the April Plan Commission meeting for the town of Fortville. Appreciate everyone's attendance this evening. We got a bustling crowd. Next, everyone's got their microphones on. You can hear us on Zoom. Excellent, thank you. All right, Andy, will you please take us through roll call?
Joe Murphy. Here. Robert Holland. Here. Brittany Layton.
Present.
Nathan Stradevant.
Here.
Jason Stein.
Here.
Chris McCray. Here. Tracy Bills.
Here. Wonderful. And on that note, it is time for number 3 in our meeting, or in our agenda, to swear in our new member, Tracy Bills. Andy, will you please do that for us?
I, Tracy Bills.
I, Tracy Bills.
Solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear
That I will faithfully perform
that I will faithfully
the duties of my appointed position
the duties of my appointed position
and will follow all laws of the state of Indiana,
and will follow all laws,
ordinances of the town of Fortville,
ordinances of the town of Fortville,
and the Planning Commission governing rule.
and the Plan Commission governing rule.
I hereby affirm
I hereby affirm
that I will perform
that I will perform
the duties of this public trust
the duties of this public trust
in a fair, equitable, and ethical manner.
in a fair, equitable, and ethical manner.
Help me God.
So help me God.
Welcome, Tracy. Thank you very much for your service to the town of Fortville. We greatly appreciate you joining us up here. Right. Moving right along to number 4, approval of the meeting agenda. Before we approve the meeting agenda, Adam, are there any changes, modifications to the agenda as presented?
No, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting agenda?
I motion to approve the agenda.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right. Agenda is approved. Number 5, commission to consider approving minutes of the March 2025 meeting. Has everybody had a chance to review the meeting minutes? Are there any changes, modifications needed as presented? If not, I would look for a motion to approve the March 2025 meeting minutes.
Motion to approve the March 2025 meeting minutes.
Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstain?
Abstain.
And Chris, just as a point of order, you may, in the event we ever run into a situation where we're late, you can approve meeting minutes as long as, even if you're not there,
Okay.
as long as they're kosher. Everyone says it's fine. Yeah, read them ahead of time.
I did read them.
Yeah. Just no issue with the abstaining, just wanted to note that because I've done the same thing before and we've run into issues, so. Moving along to number 6, public hearing continued from the March 25 meeting. So this would be continued business. Case number STP 01-2025. The Huck's remodel parking lot expansion. The commission will consider approving site plan, landscaping, lighting, building elevations for a proposed remodel and parking lot expansion of the Huck's convenience store at 322 East Broadway Street. No, since this was continued, Adam, I don't know if, are we planning to go through the presentation or just walk through any changes?
I was just
I-
going to walk through the
The
changes.
changes, because I did note that
Yeah.
there have been some updates since the,
Do we want to ask the new members if they're comfortable with it?
Well, I've read through all this already, so.
Have you, sir?
Yes.
Cool.
okay. All right, Adam, then I will hand it over to you if you would walk us through updates, changes to the plans as proposed.
Sure. So there were three main concerns that the commission raised at the last meeting. The first one had to do with fencing along the south property line. And there was debate as to, the neighbor wanted an 8-foot tall fence. However, Huck's had indicated that there would be some problems with doing that the wind might take its toll on a fence that's higher than 6, if say for it were 8. So their plan was to stick with the 6-foot fence, and if I understood correctly, I think the board was comfortable with that. So there were no changes on the plan regarding that. The second item had to do with lighting. And as it was pointed out, some of the photometric calculations to the residential properties to the west and even a bit to that property to the south were a little bit higher than usual. The ordinance calls for trying to keep out as much obtrusive light as possible, and generally speaking, those photometric numbers should be as close to 0 as possible when they're at the property line. And it was correctly pointed out that some of those numbers were much higher. So in response, Huck's has removed the proposal for the 2 wall pack lights on the west side of their building, which drastically reduced the light down to about 0 per that updated photometric plan. And then also along, the south property line, there was a parking lot pole light that was proposed that they have removed, which also has a effect of bringing down the photometric calculation along the south property line. So they've addressed the lighting concerns. And then the third item of discussion had to do with adding side light windows to the rear entrance, the south entrance, to accentuate that entrance as a customer entrance and not just for employees. So they've added that into the renderings. So both the updated photometric plan and the updated renderings have been provided to you all. You should have a copy in front of you. If we need to put them up on the screen, we can. But that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to address them. Darren Helms, the engineer who's representing Huck's, is on the line, as you can see. And then there are a few folks from the Huck's corporate office in Illinois on the line as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Any questions for Adam based on the updates that he just presented?
What's the ADTN on cooler and toilet? On the exterior elevations, bottom one, there's a green line along top.
The call out?
I'm just curious. I mean, I know what a cooler is, but I'm not sure what the ADTN is.
I think that
I'd have
question
to
would be for Darren.
Yeah, I'd have to defer or to Huck's corporate
Or
for
to-
that.
Can you repeat the question,
Question
please?
is on sheet A2 of the updated renderings. There's a green line that says cooler and toilet ADTN. Not sure what that.
I'll have to let Martin and Bailey answer that question. I'm not familiar with their building plans. I just work with the civil and site plans. Michael, are you able to answer that question?
What was the question again? Sorry.
So on drawing A2 for the exterior elevations, which is the back side of the building, along the top, you have a green line that spans the entirety of the building and it says cooler and toilet ADTN. I'm just curious what that's referring to.
I'm not sure. I'd have to see the sheet to give you an answer on that.
I can pull it up here.
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great.
Cooler and toilet edition, be my guess.
There you go.
Michael, do you see it now?
Yes. Would you mind zooming in a little bit closer? I'm driving right now.
You might want to pull over.
Could that just be referring to the height of the HVAC and the plumbing systems?
Actually, this is Landon Bailey.
No, that's not what that would refer to. That may be, I'm not sure what he's meaning by that, quite honestly. I would have to ask the architect.
So the lawyer, not the engineer, is it just an abbreviation for addition? Cooler and toilet addition?
That's probably what he's referring to. Overall addition,
Can you guys hear me now? This is Landon with Huck's.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay,
Sir.
yep. So basically, we are adding a cooler, walk-in cooler, and a multi-user restrooms on the back of the building. So I think that's what he's referring to. It is an addition, but that's where the restrooms and the walk-in cooler will be. So I don't know why he referred to it on the exterior elevations, but if you look on the inside building plans, that's where the restrooms and the cooler addition are. So
thank you, Landon. He's probably just trying to clarify something there.
yeah.
Okay.
So sorry about that. A little confusing, but yeah, sometimes we overlook the details of the exterior elevations, but that's the.
A lot of detail, a lot of line work that goes into these. We got it. So appreciate the clarification there. Any other questions on the proposed plans or questions for, I guess traditionally we would have time for the petitioner, but since it's a continued case, I think we'll just leave it as a kind of an open case for questions. Nothing? Do we have anyone that's not Huck's corporate online? Just to make sure there's no public.
I don't think so, but let's see.
Guess what I can do is offer time now for the public. If anybody would like to speak on behalf of this case. If you're on Zoom, please unmute yourself. Say and spell your name and your address. Looks like it's largely just Huck's corporate. Okay. All right, going once, going twice. We do have time as well for government officials. Any comment on the case? No? Okay. Well, if there are no other questions, I would look for a motion to approve with conditions, or deny the concept plans, the site plan, landscaping, lighting, and building elevations for the Huck Remodel STP 01-2025.
I motion to approve case number STP 01-2025 concept plan, site plan, landscaping, lighting, and building elevations as proposed.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Abstain. All right, motion carries. Concept plans are approved. Thank you very much. Appreciate everybody's time this evening, deliberating on this, and to the Huck's corporate folks for delivering updated plans that are fantastic.
Great, thank you.
With that, that'll conclude the public hearing for this evening. Moving on to board comments. Any board comments at this point?
I just want to say welcome, Tracy. We're glad to have you.
Absolutely echo that. Again, appreciate your willingness to serve in this capacity for the town. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, welcome to the team. And if the Huck's guy is still on the line, I'd like to ask the question, is the Cluck's Chicken gonna offer gizzards? He must have hung up on me.
The Huck's
Guess what?
people have left the line, but I do think they offer gizzards. And the chicken,
right.
their chicken is very good, I will say.
The Chester's up there sells them, and I only bring them every once in a while. The problem is with the bridge out, it's
You can't get there. That's right. All right. Staff comments. Any staff comments this evening?
Nothing for me, unless you have any
No.
questions, anything.
motion to adjourn.
Yeah. Do we have a second at 6:45?
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.